Hello and welcome back to ComputerCraft. Now what I want to do is I want to basically do this whole farm. Obviously I've done 2 episodes of it already. This is going to be I think the final episode. So one of the things I want to do actually, what we've got in here, we've got this pumpkin. Let's try, I just want to do, maybe I could just do a series of examples because there's one thing I want to do is look at this while loop. Let's have a look. So we do something like this. Curious if this is actually going to execute. Should do, shouldn't it? So you see, it actually went down. So basically, it's running a turtle.detect thing. So let me try it again. Actually, I'm curious if it's just going to be able to go straight down. You see, it hasn't actually stopped. So it's still running, but it's obviously come to the conclusion that it's not actually able to do it. So it is actually still running. You see, if I terminate it here, and then I run it again, it stays in exactly the same place because that condition is false and it's waiting for it to be true. And it should be the case that as soon as it becomes true, yeah, okay. So that was just I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of interesting in its own way. Oh wow, oops, did not mean to do that. All right, so it's still running. Doesn't stop running. And the advantage of that, of course, is that because it's still running, it doesn't stop running. It means that you can actually. It means that for the actual farm, you can keep. I mean, assuming you've got either a spot or a chunk loader, you can actually keep this thing running constantly. And that's the sort of logic that I'm going to try and incorporate into the program today. So yeah, and it's going to be, this is going to be a more robust program. I've learned some things from the last ones, and yeah. All right, let's just. I may as. Yeah. So yeah, well, I'm not happy with it there, to be honest. One of the things that really annoys me is this doesn't work. Go right is the same as turn right. But I don't know why that is. I mean, and to get it to be in this spot here, which is obviously the starting spot, yeah. Well, I mean, you actually have to do this, which is kind of annoying. But with time, all these things I'm sure I'll be able to work out. And so it's in the right place. So let's begin to code. We're going to call this pumpkin. Can I use this? Looks like I can. So this is going to be pumpkin final. So let's begin. Yeah, I believe you can use a space. I was looking on Wikipedia this stuff because sometimes it's good to see. I was kind of just sort of looking around at the various kind of things that you can actually do with, basically, to put it simply, I was looking at the actual logic. Fucking, I can't remember the words. I'm looking at, when you look at this stuff, you want to look at the correct terminology. You want to look at what is the fucking word now? Oh man, the correct grammar. I can't think of the word. Sleep, I believe, is defined in 2 seconds. Sorry, the parameter is defined by seconds. So it's not like you have to put 2000. It's not milliseconds. We'll put an end here, and we'll put an up here. Yeah. So what this is going to do is, so basically that's going to go down. It's going to go down because it's going to be true if it can go down. Which basically means what's going to happen is that it's actually going to be it's going to be right next to the pumpkin. It's going to be right next to it's going to be right on this spot. So what it'll be able to do is it'll be able to detect when this pumpkin appears, and and that should be the case. Yeah. So I mean, assuming you plant a seed in the correct time, if you plant, I suppose if you plant it when all the others are already there, then, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if the pumpkin's all just going to appear exactly that same moment. It's one of those things. I know with Netherwart, there's like 4 stages and it's like randomized a bit, but I don't know. But the whole point, anyway, of this is to actually make sure that it's only going to go up once it senses there's a pumpkin right in front of it. That is the thinking behind this. And this bit is going to be much the same as what we've already done. We'll do the for loop. Yeah, what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to actually write down what this, because I really want to get the syntax really, really bang on, like, because it's something that, in a sense I do kind of struggle with a lot of this stuff, and when you do that, it really helps to get the syntax really, really bang on, like every single time. There's a tendency when people are really good at programming that they don't really, explain it correctly, and that's something which I find incredibly annoying. But at the same time, it's, I suppose I can do that. I mean, but to be honest, it's a lot easier to watch it when people are not being particularly transparent, because it can often be the it's kind of like it's easier to watch stuff when people are just sort of using their own knowledge and not explaining it correctly. It's one of the kind of problems that I've got. It's to be honest, it's such a big problem, because when something's explained well, it's much, much more boring. I've often found that, like, I mean, it is a bit more sort of boring when things are explained well. And it's why like if you have like a science program on TV or something, it will never really be explained that well. And the reason for that is because if it was, then no one would watch it. But it's just one of those things, I guess. All right, so we've seen a lot of this code before, really. Some slight alterations, but yeah, as you can see, we're going to iterate to 10 for the farm length. And then we're going to turn around at the end of that loop. Yeah, so I mean, I'm going to turn around and then do the same sort of thing. Tail.dig down, tail.forward again, and again, it's one of those things that you don't really want to put parameters in there, I suppose. I'm curious what they actually called in Lua. But yeah, so where were we anyway? Okay. Yeah. Let's do Alright, let's put in a few bits here now. This is to try and make it go a bit further. So it doesn't actually get rid of the fucking seeds. Because as I may have stated this before, but pumpkins, it doesn't actually grow the pumpkin on the square that it's on. It's why it's a useful kind of farm. But yeah, I mean the thinking behind all this, I suppose, is that it's going to be like kind of convenient to mix up all the mods at some point. I can't really see. I don't know. I can't really see where that point is though at the moment. So I'm just going to carry on with this, and it may, you know, at the end of the day, ComputerCraft is very fucking important, you know. And it's just one of those things. It doesn't really, you can say, oh yeah, fuck it, you know, just do something a bit more fun, but no, you can't though. Well, maybe if you're a bit younger, I suppose you can, but I can't. Anyway, so yeah, so this is okay. So it's for one, it's like this is up to, isn't it? So whatever's in this section here is up to. And yeah, we did this before. All right. All right. Yeah, let me just put that in there actually. Okay. Yeah, and this sort of stuff, I bet you could write this much fucking better than this. But I don't know how to do it. Alright, now we need to do the drop, because we're going to drop all this shit. I'm not quite sure I'm going to do this. I was thinking maybe automating it using Buildcraft for jack-o'-lanterns or something. So just put in a small loop here. And I've used this select. I used it, I believe, in episode 3 or 4. Was it 3 maybe? Yeah, that was it's going through went through what was in the API folder. It's very hard stuff in the API folder there. I won't be going anywhere near that for a long time. But well, we'll see what happens. You know, depends how much you get into this stuff, really. So I believe it needs to be a few more forward here. All right. All right. So let's just run it. Alright, so it's looking for a pumpkin to appear here. So I guess a pumpkin's about to appear. Okay, so it goes up. Yeah, this is pretty much... Let's just check it goes through all the way. Okay, yep, see it's right in the right spot. There's no pumpkins here, but if there were... It's not going to do that line now. It's happy to do it whenever it finds one. And obviously that's the edge of the farm there. Expected number, eh? So so it seems to basically it's done the whole thing perfectly though, which is good. Line 18. Turn left, forward, forward. So it's going to do... So after this, it's going to go boom. It's going to be facing towards this way, forward, forward. So it is actually, yeah. So that's basically the only bit where it's fucked up, which is not bad. I don't think I've done anything wrong with that. Oh, that's what I've done wrong. Oh no, I haven't done anything wrong there actually. I done anything wrong there? It looks fine. No, it looks fine. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. That is perfect now. Alright. So if I just do go left, forward 2, right? What's wrong with this one here? Alright, and we'll just pretend there's a few. I'll just do. I'm not going to go overboard this time. Well, fuck it, that doesn't really matter that. Alright, so we'll give it one final run through just to check that everything's working fine. And then I'll yeah, I'll basically just sign off on this particular project. Alright, so it's in like, you know, it's like stealth waiting for it. Boom. Alright, so it goes right to here. After doing this one, going around here. Here it is. Here it is. Taking all those pumpkins, leaving all those seeds. Then down it goes down this line. Takes a detour, dumps all this shit out, which is quite a lot. And returns prone again, waiting for the next lot. Alright then, so that is it for now. So thanks for watching.